Welcome back to our medical mystery. We are doctors trying to figure out why McKenna is feeling sick. So far, we've figured out that McKenna's problem is connected to her small intestine in her digestive system. We are analyzing what happens to food molecules as they move through the digestive system. You're very familiar with these graphs by now. We know that 2 food molecules go through your digestive system and into your poop without being broken down: water and fiber. We also know that 3 chemical reactions happen in the body. Complex carbohydrates break down into glucose, proteins break down into amino acids, and fat breaks down into fatty acids. We actually never talked about fats breaking down into fatty acid, but it's the same idea as the complex carbohydrates and the proteins. Today we're finally going to figure out why the small molecules of glucose, amino acids, and fats disappear in a healthy digestive system. This might help us understand why McKenna is sick. Her poop has glucose and fatty acid molecules, which means that they aren't disappearing in her body. Today's important vocabulary: small intestine. Notice that the small intestine is very long. Large intestine. The large intestine is wider than the small intestine. And food molecules. How to complete today's assignment. If you're on a phone, go to print layout. If you're on a computer, fit your screen. Start by filling in the blanks to tell the story of what we've learned so far. Next, make a prediction about how many feet long you think the small intestine is. Review what we already learned about digestion in the mouth, esophagus, and stomach. Then, analyze data that shows the food molecules as they move from the stomach to the small intestine. You should be familiar with this by now. For example, water stays the same, so I put an X here. Do the same thing, comparing the beginning of the small intestine to the middle of the small intestine. And one last time, comparing the middle of the small intestine to the large intestine. You'll do a 5-minute ed puzzle, label the vocabulary words, and then complete 2 short responses, making sure to use the vocabulary words. When you're done, click here to fill out a Google form. You'll start by reflecting on today's learning targets and then answering 3 questions about our lesson today.